One of the best types of magic effects are those that occur in the mind. And this is one such card effect. You see, I'm not going to get someone to physically take a card or pick a card or call out the name of their card. They're just going to think of a card. Here we got just a regular deck of cards. I'll show you these in a moment just so you can see that they are just a regular pack, nothing untoward about them. Now if I was to cut the cards, you might think I'm cutting in a certain position. So I'm going to get you to cut the cards. There they are. I want you to take about a quarter of the cards. Now the spectator will reach over and grab some cards. I'll ask you, do you want to put some back or do you want to add some more to it? You're happy with that amount of cards. Now the reason being is because I'm going to get you to mentally select a card rather than work with 52 cards. We'll just work with a few. In fact, we'll work with less than these. You've picked out a random array of playing cards. What I'd like you to do is pick out a block of, say, a dozen. In fact, you haven't got that many there. So what if we said half a dozen cards, 6 cards? Just take your hands and go down anywhere you like. Avoid the top because I might have seen those or these ones. From the middle, grab about 6 cards like that. So they will then come down and grab 6 cards. You'll eliminate 6 of these cards here. Now you could have had any of these, but you've chosen just a small proportion of cards. I want you to look at these cards in a moment. Don't look at it now. Do you know what? People believe that magicians cheat and that they watch your eyes to see where they're facing. But trust me, I'm going to look away, and when I look away, I want you just to glance over those cards and quickly think of one of those. Implant it in your mind. Don't point to it, don't call it out or give me any indication. Are you ready? Have you got one of those cards? Yeah? You're now thinking of one of these cards. I couldn't possibly know which card you're thinking of. It could be any one of these cards in this selection. Now in most magic, a magician will say, I will find where your card is in here, and we can give these a shuffle, this way or this way, but it doesn't matter, you see, because I'm not going to actually find your card. The cards will find themselves. Now that seems an odd statement to say, that the cards will find themselves, and it really is true. I don't know where your card is. I couldn't. I don't know which card out of the 52 you're thinking of. Only you have got that image inside your mind. However, what I'd like you to do is get the cards to find themselves. Whatever card is in your head, I want you to spell it out card for card. So if it was the Ace of Diamonds, then you would deal A, C, E, O, F, D, etc. Deal the cards either face down or face up. It makes no difference. Now, for the first time, spell out your card. F, I, V, E. So it was a 5. O, F, S, P, A, D, E, S. The 5 of spades. Isn't that amazing? How could that possibly be out of all of these cards that you thought of? This one here, the cards were shuffled before and after. They were cut before and after. You grabbed a handful of cards and thought of one, and by some strange coincidence, the cards found themselves. And that is an amazing effect. So here's the expose on this great mind-reading card trick where the cards locate themselves. Now when you perform this to the layperson, it actually looks an impossible task because of the way that you've shuffled the cards, they chose the cards, and they haven't even called out their card. So even if you did have some sort of cheat method, how could you know which card they had in their head? Well, it's a very clever principle. You see, it does involve a card stack. Now, I know some magicians hate card stack tricks, but I always start off with this because you can start off with this, and then once you've performed it, you can mix the cards up and you've got a regular deck that you can carry on playing with. So let me just show you the cards. I will put this in the description below, so if you can't pick it up on the screen, this is what they are. I won't read them out, but they'll be in the description, the list of cards. Now if we take these cards, that's what they're going to cut. If you watch a performance, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Now it doesn't matter if they take these and some extra, and that's why I said in the routine take about a quarter of the pack. But let me show you how the routine works. Once you've got the cards stacked in there, and this is quite a unique stack. Why? Because when they spell out any of these cards, if a spectator chooses any one of these, when they spell down to it, it will always turn up their thought of card. Isn't that amazing? So that's the card stack. It also looks irregular as well, so that there's nothing about groups of cards or colours together. So this all goes on top. Do some false shuffles and cuts. I'll leave that up to you. You don't have to. You can just show the cards. They look okay, but you could do some false shuffles and cuts. As long as you keep the top stack. The spectator then takes the cards and you say to them, can you take about a quarter of the cards? They take some cards. It doesn't matter how many they take. They don't have to take the whole stack. They've taken a pile of cards, you spread them across the table, and you need them to pick just 6 of these cards. Okay, just 6 of the cards. So what they do is they go along, and just to make it as though you're not cheating, just say to them, don't take the top or the bottom, from the middle. They will then pick out half a dozen cards. So let me just do that from here. Let's say they took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards there. So these 6, they've gone like that. You eliminate these, you don't need these ones. With the cards that are left, I then deal them from their left to right, so they can see the faces. Now they can have any one of these cards. It doesn't make any difference. Now there's just one thing that you need to do. In the card stack, and I'll bring it up on the screen, there are 3 key cards that I remember. They're clubs. There's the 6 of clubs, the 10 of clubs, and the ace of clubs. Okay, that's what I need to know. Why? Because I've got to bring that to the top. Now look in here, I can see the ace of clubs. That must be on top. Just remember that. If I had the 10 of clubs, if you look at the routine again, you'll notice it was a 10 of clubs, and you can cut that to the top. So let's say, for example, they pick the 8 of hearts. That's the card they're mentally selected. As you gather the cards, and I scoop these up so that it's in the same order, I scoop these up, but I do need to cut the cards so the ace is on top. So I just casually, don't make a big deal of it, I just cut and say, but you could have had any of these cards, and just drop them casually. The more casual, the more relaxed it is, the more it doesn't draw any suspicion that there's a stack or something untoward going on. But you've now got the cards there. The trick is almost done. There's one other thing. You've got to get 9 cards on top. Now you can do this any method you like. I just find it just as easy to pick the cards up, grab a bunch of cards from the bottom. You're going to do an overhand shuffle, but while you're talking to them, say, look, you could have had any card on there. Yeah, any card you like. Now I've dealt 6 cards and then another 3. That's it. Then I tend to just outjob the cards and just make them a little bit messy. I'm sure you're much better at this than me, but as long as you put 9 cards on top, I then did a cut to cut the cards. It's all done. The cards are now in order. I've got 9 cards on top of the original stack. It's self-working now. You can relax and just say, look, you called out any, or you thought of any card, so nobody apart from him knows what it is. If I now spell down to the, what did I say, the 8 of hearts, so you can deal face down or face up. EIGHTOFHEARTS. The 8 of hearts. It works every time. Till next time, practice and enjoy, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. New videos uploaded every week.